Hey guys, Romie here. Please like, comment, subscribe. So this is my video for The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 9, Episode 7, Model Behavior. It starts off with Porsha. She goes and she decides, I'm going to go and babysit for Phaedra. Why? Because Phaedra, she needs to go and get her some from whoever, Mr. Chocolate, whoever. So let me go, do this as a favor to her, and also let's see if this whole parenting thing, how it's going to work out for me. Now, mind you, it starts off, it's around 7 p.m. Phaedra comes back around 10. While all of this is going on, you know, she starts off right. Phaedra makes sure she leaves some choice to entertain the kids. Look. Dustin, because we know Aiden, but Dylan is rowdy. So I guess he's supposed to take after Apollo a little bit more, while Aiden takes after Phaedra more. Because it was cute. At one point when Porsha was trying to go and get them to change, Aiden was trying to negotiate. He was like, I don't like those terms and agreements. I want something different. We're going to have to go and change. I was like, look at a little smart Aiden. And then Dylan over there, him being smart himself, but also in a destructive manner. He was having fun. It was like, you know, Porsha, we normally just go and play around. I actually have to listen to you. I think that was the energy the kids are really giving off. It was like, normally, we're able to just go and do whatever we want with you around, but for some reason, you're going and the dynamics are different. But, you know, she gets them in the bed successfully, and they go and sleep, surprisingly. I'm thinking, wait a minute, was that juice? They're going to sleep while drinking juice? Oh, come on now. Them kids must be good, because you give me some juice? At that age, now, I wasn't rowdy. I was the polar opposite of rowdy. But even now, it'd be like, okay, wait, we have to go to sleep? No, 2 more stories. No, 5 more stories. But, Phaedra comes back, and I guess her date was successful. Now the thing is, I'm like, why does Phaedra look like she just left and came right back? Because it's like, Phaedra must have went and got a touch-up before she stepped in the house, because she looked exactly, I'm like, wait, this was really the hours? But alright. And Porsha talks about her relationship with Todd and how that seems to be going pretty well. And Todd's going to go and meet her family. So that's nice. We'll see how that goes. Sheree got her son modeling. And the thing about that is, so for Cairo, I was like, okay, that makes sense. It's like, yeah, Cynthia did mention something like that a couple of years prior. And Sheree's just saying how she's definitely momager. She definitely has to watch him and, you know, the people around him. I'm like, yeah, you definitely need to do that. But Bob even comes there to support. It was like, why is my son naked? I was like, that's the realest thing I've seen from Bob all day. Why is my son naked? But yeah, it goes off with success. Of course, Cairo's a little reserved because I'm guessing this is like his first time really doing it. But shout out to him. Even his older sister was there for moral support. And I'm like, Sheree, let it be known, she's momager, she is law, no one's getting past her, whatever she says goes, whatever becomes too much is too much. I'm like, we get it, Sheree, we get it. Kenya goes and talks to her father and lets her father know what's been going on with Matt. And her father said, oh, so you're just gonna let this, wait, what? No! I'm going down there! I'm coming down there! And that's it. No further discussion. I'm coming down there. It's going down. Cynthia gets a call from the realtor, and the realtor lets her know that she got the house. She got the house, which we already knew. But she got the house, and clearly it was for what she asked for. I'm not sure. We don't know what she asked for, but she's moving in. That's all that matters, of course. Her and Noel are super excited. So we're excited for them. Now it gets to the mess. The mess is Kandi and the chocolate. Oh yeah, please like, comment, subscribe if I didn't already say so. Kandi, you know, she's talking to her crew, and she lets it be known, because I'm skipping ahead a little bit, because Phaedra's assistant called to set up a meeting between them, which again, completely weird, but that's the status of their relationship. It's just gotten to that point. But Kandi let it be known that, you know, it's interesting because Phaedra wants to go and say that the bombing wasn't a real bombing and that it was just a huge misunderstanding. But there's people in the streets that you're telling, oh, I was feared for my life. I was feared for my life. And you said that with your actions. You had a security guard. But then Kandi, you know, taking it one step further, said, no, maybe that security guard was actually someone, the guy that you're going out with, but you're just trying to cover your own bases. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Regardless if that's true or not, I'm like, wow, Kandi, you and Phaedra aren't friends anymore. You and Kandi aren't friends anymore. It's evident. We get it. We get it. Nail in the coffin. There's more to that conversation a little bit later. Phaedra is talking to Drama's mom. And Phaedra is just so upset for Drama's mom because, of course, the backlash that this is all made. And I'm thinking, well, he should have just dropped some music with all that. He should have just dropped this music. Mom's away. You know, if I was receiving that type of backlash, I would have been like, misunderstood. Mom's away. Either go with the controversy or try to squash it. But either way, that was his best chance of getting some real recognition for free. But hey, and Phaedra's just like, you know what, I'm sorry. There was this huge misunderstanding. People want to go and make a mess of it. And this is where Kandi continues on with her feelings. And this, finally, Kandi's venting and feeling how she wants to feel. And I just didn't like the fact that it was with her crew. I'm like, okay, it would have been different if she went and did this, you know, without the help of her little co-host. You know what I mean? I just didn't know how to feel about it. I get it that Phaedra has said some really crazy stuff and done some really crazy stuff in reference to you and your family, so that's why you feel a certain way. But it just seemed like the timing of it all was like, damn, this is coming off like a little mean-spirited. But if this is your best time to vent, then I guess I get it. I guess I get it. I'm not judging you for it. I'm just like, I wish you didn't say that. I wish that it was really more so. Actually, that's a lie. For scratch everything. I'm glad Kandi's finally saying it out of her own mouth instead of having her friends and co-hosts say it for her. I just had that epiphany. I'm like, wait a minute, what's wrong with me? This is what we've been wanting for years. Not, you know, the mess, but just at least for Kandi to say it instead of us knowing this is how she really feels and getting other people to say it for her. Now, Todd, who is Porsha's dude, comes over to the house, and he's really nervous. He's just smiling at everyone, you know, pulling the door out for Porsha's mom, which is really nice and all. But the thing is that she was like, no, this isn't how he normally is. So, apparently, Todd got out of the relationship, a prior relationship, and Porsha was in town, so that's how their whole thing started back up. Because he was just like, oh, so the second time? And they're like, oh, so what happened the first time? Porsha was like, you know, I was young, and I had my sights set on someone a little different, someone a little bit more established. That's not what she said, but that's what I was just visioning in my head. And it was interesting because the pivotal question of, do you want to have kids in the future? He hesitated and said, you know, if it's the right circumstances. And they're like, oh, okay, because he has two sons, 14 and 16. And I actually appreciate that answer because it was real. It wasn't one of these immature, oh yeah, we definitely doing this, and oh yeah, we definitely doing that. No, it was, I have to go and see if this is the right situation, something I really want to be in, and not just, oh, she's back, so I'm super excited. So, shout out to Porsha for having actually a relationship that looks real and stable. Kenya's father, he comes and he's just like, oh Lord, you did the driveway? Oh Lord, this doesn't look like a piece of crap anymore. I forgot how he was. because he's very direct and doesn't hold any punches verbally, especially to his daughter, and I think maybe that's why Kenya kind of does that to other people, but it's like, okay, we get it. Originally we were like, oh, this feels a little mean-spirited, but that's his daughter, so he can say whatever and however he wants to say it, and it's not coming from a malicious place. That's just how he goes and verbalizes things. Kenya lets it be known that, yeah, this is because her father saw, what happened to your garage? It's like, I told you, this was recorded, so you know that I told you that Matt kicked it. It was like, what are you doing with this dude? So she goes, she fries some fish. Now that was a production move. That was a smart production move of, let me fry this fish so that it can actually be done right before this conversation is done and over with. And so we'll be good, so that my father will be fed, and he won't be nitpicking at me. Long story very short, Kenya's setting up a meeting with Matt so that her father can go and meet up with Matt and talk to him about the status of their relationship. While that's all going on, next thing we know, we have Cynthia. Cynthia's talking to Sheree, because Sheree is serious about this, getting Cairo into modeling. And Cynthia's just like, oh, Cairo! I'm like, oh, good Lord, what are these cougars? Jesus. Man, come on now. Come on now. Sheree is like, simmer down, girl. Because even when Cairo went to go and get them their drinks, because I think they were at like some coffee place, Cynthia's just like, and I'm thinking, Sheree, simmer down. Only because you asked Cynthia to come here, so she has to, you know, look at the whole oh, that just sounds so gross to say. But oh, poor Sheree, poor Sheree. Cynthia let it be known that, okay, we get it. Cairo, he has a distinctive look. He's in shape. But that's not all it takes to actually be an established model. Because, of course, Sheree is just like, well, we need to go Fashion Week in New York. We need to go and do this. We need to go and do that. Cynthia said, that's cute, no, but here's the reality. The reality is, no bueno. No bueno. That's just not how it works. A lot more has to be taken into consideration. You can't just say, oh, we want to do this, we want to do that. She said, first off, we need to do some different shoots because you're coming off a little shy. It's just like, no, that wasn't the case. Mom was there. You know, I turned up when she's gone. But I feel like that's what he wanted to say. Aside from that, she said, he is a little bit taller. I was like, oh, taller? I was like, oh, yeah. Because when you think about it, it's like, okay, the height, the max out height of most models when you see, I guess for male models, maybe is like 6'1". Because also you're thinking, you know, for longer clothes, for the looks and the aesthetics, Cairo looks like he could easily be someone's close to 6'4" if he's not already. So I get what she was saying. It's just like, you know, he has more of an athletic build, which limits him a little bit, and so first you have to go and get him. What in the world just happened? First you have to go and get him into some different looks. But, you know, I'll work. She's like, I'll work with him and see how it goes. But this was the first consultation. The first one was free. Not necessarily the next one. Interesting. Now, what's her name? Kenya goes and talks with her father about Matt, and Matt originally sends her text messages and says that he doesn't want to show up. Kenya's like, my father's here and you're really disappointing him only because, you know, I thought we were trying to pursue something. What are you trying to do? Matt decides he's going to come anyway. I'm thinking, Lord, we knew Matt was going to come anyway. And because Matt was just like, you know, your daughter is manipulative, and for example, she wants to go and kick me out and say that she's done with me, but then wants to go and ask me to come to the house to go and fix some stuff. Kenya says, I want you to come back to fix some stuff because of the fact that you went destroyed in the first place. I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of valid. Kenya's father just let it be known, if you're going to be in this, you're going to be in this. But dude, you come off abrasive, you're big, and the thing is, if this is real love, love isn't supposed to hurt. Love isn't supposed to induce this type of fear into you. That's just not how it's supposed to be. So I don't know what's going on between you two. You need to figure it out. And at the end of the conversation, he's just like, if you really don't think that you can handle all of this, then you need to go, and Matt leaves. So that's the end of that for now. I'm thinking Kenya wants to be in a relationship as successful, wants to be in a relationship so bad, and I don't know if it's for us or if it's for herself, but she wants to be in a relationship so bad that she's almost seems like she's willing to forego the negative just to say that she's in a relationship. Ha ha ha, you guys thought that I couldn't do it, but of course I could do it. Anyone could be in a relationship. It's about being a successful one. A successful meaning you work through your problems and you feel comfortable enough to where you comfortable enough to where you go and are able to say what you want to say without feeling like the other person is going to say no, 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 no. Now, here's the thing. Kandi and Phaedra meet, and originally it was pretty much silence, and none of them ordered food, which was a sign that they knew that they weren't going to stay there for long. This was Kandi's venting hour, because Phaedra really didn't say much of anything. Phaedra just kind of tried to defend herself, and Candace was like, I'm tired of you because you went to Nene and talked about our friendship and the fact that you felt like I wasn't a good friend to you instead of talking about your husband. And this is like, well, maybe I viewed you more than I viewed my husband. I cared about you more than I cared about my husband. That's interesting because you were dating Apollo, when the relationship was technically over, and he went in, you were already scouting, your next husband. And just like, I was like, yeah, Mr. Chocolate, and then there were others, and it's like, I'm tired of you, you're always trying to perpetrate a fraud. And Kandi was just unloading on Phaedra, and I had this look of, really, Kandi? Is it that serious? Is it that serious? Because it just kind of felt like something was just off between them. Something, like we knew something was off, but this was the sign that maybe they really can't be friends anymore, and maybe we need to just stop this, because Kandi clearly finally showed her true self and how she truly feels after all these years, and it looks like part of the cast is going to be very messy and not help the situation. So please like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think.